Good morning to everyone, and welcome to the Community College of Allegheny County. Given the historic nature of today's agreement, Rod Morris, University President Christopher Howard, and I are about to sign, I hope that you will agree that holding the ceremony today in Byers Hall is one of the historical facilities of our college community and is fitting to support today's initiative. In addition to Dr. Howard that is joining us today, I'd also like to acknowledge and to thank our special guest, U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Pennsylvania, David Hickton, County Executive Rich Fitzgerald, Allegheny Conference on Community Development Chief Corporate Relations Officer Bill Flanagan, and Lou Lazaro, representing Congressman Tom Murphy, as well as members of the administration from both the Community College of Allegheny County and Robert Morris University. It is through their participation in today's event serves as witnesses to the continued partnership of our two great institutions. As a result of the agreement we will be signing today, graduates of the Community College of Allegheny County's cybersecurity program will now have the opportunity to seamlessly transfer to the Cyber Forensics and Information Security Bachelor's of Science program at Robert Morris University. Cybersecurity, as you know, continues to be an area of increasing importance, both in terms of our own as well as our nation's security. And it is programs like the ones Robert Morris University and CCAC offer that will help prepare the tens of thousands of cybersecurity professionals who will be needed in the coming years to secure our online information systems. This comprehensive agreement will go a long way in helping our students realize their academic and career goals, while at the same time strengthening the bond between our two institutions. Before I turn over the floor to my esteemed colleague, I want to personally thank all of you who have dedicated yourselves, both professionally and personally, to advancing pursuit of higher education in our region. It is thanks to your efforts that Robert Morris University and the Community College of Allegheny County have had the privilege of educating students for a total of 145 wonderful years. So I think that deserves a round of applause. And now it is my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce a colleague and friend, Dr. Christopher Howard, President, Robert Morris University. Dr. Howard.
Thank you very much, President Bullock. It's an honor for the President of Robert Morris to come to CCAC. This is a great relationship and a great friendship. President Bullock and I have a friendship that extends 7 years back. We were in the new president's course at Harvard University at the Graduate School of Education with Joellen Parker, who actually runs the Carnegie Museum system here. So although President Bullock and I are not from Pittsburgh, we're both Texans by birth, we got here as quickly as we could. And we'll be cheering for our favorite AFC team on Saturday. And we'll see. We'll see. We're not quite sure who our favorite NFL is. But having said that, this is a great example of the spirit of comity that is so common here in Pittsburgh. In fact, 3 of the 4 of us, and I don't know if Attorney General Hickton was actually at the event at the Allegheny Conference last night. The 3 of us were there. Well, actually, the 4 of us were there. I was saying we could have just stayed at the bar last night in downtown and come up afterwards from Oakland to this wonderful event that the folks at CCAC have done a great job hosting. I'd like to say that this agreement is a perfect demonstration of RMU's values, our mission, our distinctive brand of higher education. We believe in providing students with multiple paths to a college degree and the fruitful partnerships we've cultivated with the community colleges in the area, in particular CCAC, Community College of Allegheny County. RMU also aims to be the preferred partner of corporations, organizations, and professionals in the Pittsburgh region, and that includes other institutions of higher learning, and also, of course, companies and other civic organizations. Our great city is fortunate enough to have a diverse array of post-secondary institutions. And this articulation agreement is one of the numerous ways we can collaborate to benefit the entire region. And I know Bill Flanagan will mention the inflection point study. The Allegheny Conference has taken a great lead on that. the county executive, Rich Fitzgerald, has been first and foremost on that, and the U.S. Attorney General in the area, Mr. Hickton, has done a great job as promoting Pittsburgh as a cyber city, so it fits in very nicely. Part of being a good partner to local business and community means preparing a highly skilled professional workforce and ensuring that our curriculum remains state-of-the-art. And the cyber security and forensics and information security program is just the most recent example of how we do it. I want to thank the program's excellent faculty, led there by Deans Anne-Marie Blanc and Karen Paulette, who do a great job, and also our provost, Dave Jameson, Vice Provost Larry Tomei, who do a great job. The RMU School of Communication Information Systems, and of course the provost, the academic affairs team, who we could not do this without your great leadership. Last but not least, I want to thank President Bullock for being such a great partner to Robert Morris University and a dear friend to me and the department. Thank you very much, President Bullock. Thank you all.
I'd like to extend the opportunity for County Executive, if you'd like to make any remarks.
Thank you, President Bullock and President Howard, both of you. First of all, congratulations. I think this is a great partnership and a great collaboration between two great institutions in our region. Community College has just been, as we celebrate their 50th year, there's probably nobody in this region that hasn't been touched personally by Community College, having gone there themselves or someone in their family that went there. It reminds me of probably where we were 50 years ago. You couldn't say that about anybody with regard to steel mill. So everybody had somebody in their family who worked in a steel mill or came from a steel mill, and we've transitioned. We've transitioned from a different institution. Probably Dr. Martoni, who wears two hats, as president of one of the campuses, the Boys Campus, but also a member of our county council, which we support financially. The community college reflects that. You know, Chuck comes from the Mon Valley, where it was steel, and worked in a steel mill, and now he's been preparing students for the new technology, the new economy that we have seen in Pittsburgh. A couple of weeks ago, President Obama brought the Frontiers Conference to Pittsburgh, which was at the forefront of technology and innovation, and that's what we are in this region. And we're so fortunate that we've got two great institutions that train the workforce for tomorrow. In fact, Robert Morris, among all of our great universities, provides a higher percentage of kids who stay in the region after they graduate and work at many of our companies and institutions that that are part of the conference and others that Bill Flanagan will be talking about. But I also wanted to really thank David Hickton, U.S. Attorney Hickton. Cybersecurity is something none of us probably even thought about just a few years ago. It has become such a big part of corporate America, the government. Every institution that's out there has these concerns and these worries. David has been, U.S. Attorney Hickton has been at the forefront. We are the leaders. In fact, President Obama acknowledged that in how Pittsburgh and how David Hickton has really been taking it to the next level from the governmental standpoint, and the fact that we can train young people with a 2-year degree at CCAC, they can go out and work right away, make a pretty good living, and then continue to go on and get their bachelor's degree at Robert Morris University to go up the ladder. That's what we're about in this region. That's the future that we're promoting for the people that are here. So I want to thank everybody, and this is a great partnership. And what we're also good about in this region is all working together as a partnership. I want to thank Congressman Murphy for his support. I know Congressman Doyle's been a great support. I see Kadisha Diggs from the Governor Wolf's office is here, from the state, and obviously Senator Costa, the leader of the Senate, is also a member. He's on a board behind you, a member of our Board of Trustees here at CCAC. So this great collaboration between two great institutions is something we can very much celebrate here in this region. It's a proud day and a great day for this region. Thank you both of you for what you do.
Pleased to be invited to join you here today to celebrate with my friends Dr. Bullock and Dr. Howard not only this historic agreement, but their exciting and dynamic leadership, which I salute, of these two very important institutions here in Western Pennsylvania. I want to thank Rich not only for your kind words, but your great leadership and partnership on so many things and build a conference. Many people don't really appreciate how firm our footing here is Western Pennsylvania because of the quiet leadership you and others at the conference provide us. It was just a couple of years ago that I became U.S. Attorney, and we made it our business to make Pittsburgh the premier destination for all things cyber. Within that time period, I actually came to this institution and called for the Pittsburgh Cyber Initiative, where we could, across every point on the dial, make us identified as the best and the most potent force in dealing with this emerging threat, which in the crime world is the threat of our age. And that is why I am so excited about this exciting partnership between these two great institutions. Because if we are to keep our edge as the premier location, the premier destination, the place to go, we need to continue to improve our game. And the way we improve our game is we educate our students. We educate our workers through retraining. We have a wonderful, talented, and well-recognized, high-performing group of people here in Western Pennsylvania who, when called upon by our country to meet every threat, have always responded. And it is through training and education, particularly in this important area of cyber, that we're going to make the difference. So congratulations, thank you. It's an honor to be here with you. It's an honor to be your friend, and I look forward to partnering with you going forward for many years to come.
Absolutely, thanks a lot. On behalf of the Allegheny Conference, congratulations to both of you for doing this. You know, it's like so many things in Pittsburgh. Here we are celebrating an overnight success that took 30 years in the making. As a young reporter about 30 years ago, I covered the ribbon cutting of the Software Engineering Institute and its computer emergency response team in the 1980s. Back in those days, if any of us were using the internet, we had a dial-up connection, and we probably did our email through America Online, and none of us understood cyber threats at all. None of us even understood computers. But it just shows sort of the far-sighted and visionary leadership here in Pittsburgh a generation ago that began to set the stage. And what David Hickton has done and the FBI here in Pittsburgh has just launched us, to a whole new level, and a whole new level of significance, both nationally and internationally when it comes to this. And the other thing it's done, this growth here over the past generation, is created a real demand for people with these skills. As the county executive mentioned and Dr. Howard mentioned, we published in the spring our Inflection Point report, which is really a forward look at the future of work in our region. And there's a couple of really big challenges. We expect we have 340,000 jobs to fill over the next 10 years. Most of that because of the retirement of the baby boom generation. The good news is we have 160,000 people in the pipeline to replace them. So we're literally 80,000 skilled people short of what we need. And then if you look inside those numbers, where are those 340,000 jobs? An awful lot of them are in IT. And an awful lot of the IT jobs are in cybersecurity, to the point of hundreds, if not 2,000 or 3,000 jobs a year projected for the next 10 years that we have to fill just to meet the demand. And what I can tell you about working at the Allegheny Conference is we are very conservative in our projections. And if anything, I think the upside is beyond that. So the significance of what's happening here, to have these two institutions come together and create a real pathway to get people engaged in this workforce, to providing these skills, but then with the opportunity to move on to higher education and greater opportunity in their lives. It's a wonderful thing for the students, but when you think about the competitiveness of our region, it's absolutely mission critical if we're going to realize the potential of everything that's been built here over the last generation. So congratulations. Thank you.
Well, it's that official time for Dr. Howley and I to sign the official agreement between Robert Morris University and the Community College of Allegheny County. We will sign and exchange to make it all official.
So you actually have different pricing for different types of
Which
doors?
people want to push toward having everything be perfect. That's not going to be the idea. You want to have an opportunity to take creativity. So anyway, you can actually work and go to Robert Morris and graduate. If you came from CCAC, you also there, you lived at home. I like our put that you can take classes online, you can classes private, anyway. We're trying to do what we can to provide. He understands, he came out of Alabama.
Okay.
Most productive shell and secretion in the country. It's a gentleman, they understand, it's all about the.
This is the first one outside of the golf.
Yes,
This is the first one that anybody's built.
Exactly right.
Yeah, so-
They get the right, they took the 18 over too.
Did they?
The
Yeah.
guys that are running are really sharp.
Well, they're doing a midnight welding. Yeah, they work during the day. Work during the day and then they.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of people working a job, Robert Morris folks that I meet, a stream where I just joined the Allegheny County. I go in there, and 2 people that park my car. One guy working behind the bar is a finance major. The guy parks my car is an accounting major. I go to Dunkin' Donuts the next morning. The woman gives me my donuts as a marketing major.
They're everywhere.